Hey everybody, Dr. Chris Nelson here, and today I'm going to walk you through a case, that one right there, which is an all-on-4, or you could call it an all-on-5, or an all-on-6, or a permanent, non-removable, fixed denture. All of those are acceptable names, and we can debate about that. But anyways, this case was done in collaboration with Team Perio, our favorite local periodontist here in Reading. We do a lot of comprehensive dentistry with their help, and they did all of the surgery end, and then I did all of the prosthetics with help from our lab in Shasta Lake, the Foresters. Okay, let's talk about this case. This case was started in 2025, and we just finished it just now. Now, the surgery was in October of 2025, and we recently delivered the case. So it takes a long time to set up these cases and to get them all through the planning, the execution, the surgery, the healing, and the final appliance. Now you might be asking, Dr. Chris, what about teeth in a day? What about those advertisements on TV where the people just get their teeth? There is a day for the teeth. So that's what I tell people. I say, we do the same thing. It is teeth in a day. It's just that what they're not explaining to you is that there's a lot of pre-planning that happens, and there's a lot of stuff that has to happen after the teeth are pulled for you to have teeth in a day. So this patient, we did a workup. We actually recognized that her teeth were periodontally compromised, so there was issues with the stability of the teeth. They also had tooth decay, and she was missing a bunch of teeth. In addition to that, she wanted to have the teeth removed. Now, that is something that we could talk about, we could debate about, but at the end of the day, we did a bunch of counseling. We worked with Team Perio, and we determined that it was safe and appropriate to take out the top teeth and to keep the lower teeth for now. So the plan is her missing lower teeth, we would short-term restore with a stay plate, a removable appliance. She is actually going to come back and have us repair or replace the missing lower teeth in the future. But for now, her focus was on the top teeth, and her bite was stable enough for us to do that. So we recorded her bite registration by using something called the leaf gauge, where we increased her bite because it had been collapsed over the years. So we did a bite increase. We scanned her teeth using our 3D scanner. We also probably took a physical bite impression as well to send to our lab, just so they could have that as a backup. So we were able to index her bite, and then we were able to give instructions on our lab to coordinate with Team Perio to find the locations of the bone and to place the maximum number of implants that would be appropriate. In this case, it was only 5. She only had 5 locations where the bone was healthy enough to use to support something that is non-removable. If you want to talk about removable versus non-removable, I have many separate videos on snap-in dentures versus permanent dentures and a bunch of case examples. That's not the point of this video. This video is the decision was made that the patient wanted something that was non-removable. For better or worse, you can discuss that or ask questions in the comment section about that, and I'd be happy to engage about that. So moving forward, we were able to make her appliance in advance of the surgery. So she went and had the surgery done. Our lab technician actually went to the surgery, and he was there to help record the location of the implants with Dr. Blasingame's help at Team Perio. And then he was able to take the thing that was made in advance and the surgery information and marry those. And then 24 hours after the surgery, the patient came to my office. I did my part. The extraction sites are very fresh. We uncovered the multi-unit abutments that Dr. Blasingame delivered successfully. We double-checked everything, and we were able to directly seat a plastic version of the final appliance into the mouth, tighten it down, and that was pretty much it for a few months. So we had to let the tissue and the gums heal. Of course, we checked her bite. We checked everything else out. We looked at the aesthetics. We take a lot of photos, as you can see. So the patient was able to wear her temporary appliance for a period of months while she was healing. And this takes a long time. It's different for every person and for every surgery. Sometimes it's a minimum of 2 months to heal after a modern dental implant. Other times it's 6 months or longer. So we were able to take care of that. We made her her plastic temporary. Now, guess what happens to plastic temporaries if you wear them a long time? And she was in her temporary for a while. October surgery of 2025. Right now it's April, so a long time. Guess what happened? It started to break. So not only was she wearing into it with her bite, but there were pieces starting to come off. And it was to the point where we were almost done with it and it was split in 2 pieces. We were able to take it apart. The implants were approved. Everyone was ready to go for final. So we ended up unscrewing the appliance, taking a wash impression to record the gums with a custom tray, which was made in advance. And we were able to take that impression of the gums, send that to the lab. Fast forward another, I think it was probably about a month between when we took those records and when the final appliance was made. And that when she came back, I was pretty surprised. She had been babying this appliance. It was broken in many pieces, so it was ready to be replaced. If it was going to be a number of weeks or months longer, we would have taken that out and made another plastic set of teeth for her to wear temporarily. But she made it to the finish line. The lovely thing about this case is we took out the appliance, we cleaned it up, we inspected her gums, I double checked the torque on everything as I did prior, and we were able to seat the permanent teeth with no adjustments. We checked her bite, everything looked good, we put it in. Now that does not happen every time, but when it does, everyone likes to high five each other. And I was very happy to send a nice text message to our friends over at Team Perio, to Dr. Blasingame, and also to our lab partners over at the Forrester lab in Shasta Lake to say, hey, everything looks great, no adjustments. No adjustments? Oh yeah, really nice. So will we need to do some adjustments in the future? Possibly, probably. And with her lower teeth, she is missing some of her back lower teeth, so she might end up with some implants down there and some new crowns on the lower teeth. She might decide to do a metal framework partial on the lower. That's really going to be up to her, and it's not for now because she's actually moving out of the area. But she told me, she looked at me and said, I've only had 3 dentists in my life, and I'm sticking with you. So I'm going to keep doing what I can to make her happy. Look, if you're going through something similar, if you're having an issue with your teeth, if you're considering taking teeth out and replacing them, that is a tough position to be in. But I'm telling you, you are not alone. You need to find a dentist, a partner that you can communicate with, that you can ask questions, that you can have a dialogue with. You should not be just told what to do and how to think. You need to have someone that can communicate with you and will listen to you. And if you're going through that, we have a lot of educational videos. I have over 100 videos right now on YouTube that are of lots of topics. My denture videos do really well and they're very popular. So if you have any questions, you can write a question in any of my videos and I'll probably end up reading it and probably end up replying. Also, if you're in the Northern California area, or in the region of Northwest, you might consider reaching out to us through our websites to see if we can help you. Now, we do have some patients that come long distance. If it's really far away, sometimes I try to help recommend somebody in your area because that can be a challenge to travel. It adds to the cost. But we've definitely had people travel to have us help them. So I hope that this video showed you that there are options for people. The results for this particular patient were great, and we were really happy to help her, and I'm happy to help her long term. She's got a floss under that and clean under it. We gave her a kit, we went over everything. I hope that she does because we want these implants to be healthy for a long, long time. I'm not too worried about the actual prosthetic. I'm more worried about the bone connection and the health of her gums over time, because a lot of these permanent appliances, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. They can be really funky if you don't clean them properly. And I think that that's going to be an issue for our profession moving forward on lack of education for the patients and lack of ability to take care of them. So we spend a lot of time and effort trying to educate our patients in taking care of their permanent appliances, and we love doing the snap-in ones because you can take them out and clean them. That's a different topic. Okay, I hope you have a great day and learn something. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.